Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria University's Agent Week. My name is Ash and I'm an international student from Sri Lanka currently studying a Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering. My involvement with volunteering at the university has been highly recognized and I currently work as the Cultural Diversity Officer at Victoria University Student Union, an Events Assistant at Student Life and a Student Advisor at Victoria University Student Services. Today is an opportunity for us to showcase some of our amazing student groups. These student groups are run by student leaders to bring the best experience for our international students. They organize events and activities to make every international student feel connected and engaged throughout their student life journey at VU.
Hello, my name is Barsha Bhandari. I am from Finland. I'm Nepalese by ethnicity, and I'm currently in my third year studying Bachelor's of Laws. I'm an international student, and I'm currently leading the Victoria University's International Student Association as the association's president. Victoria University's International Student Association stands as a non-political organization within Victoria University. Our mission at VUISA is to be a representative body of Victoria University Student Union on behalf of all international students at Victoria University. We aim to be the bridge between international students, the university, and wider communities. Our vision serves as framework which guides our path to become the peak body representing all international student interest within the university. We have usually what we do is this year especially to encourage participation from our students. We have, for example, for the dinner night itself, we gave out a $20 gift voucher for all participants who just showed up in the Zoom and were willing to, network and spend time with us. On top of that, usually when we run events or, for example, the online competitions, we have had prizes up to worth $200, $300 in total. And lastly, we also were giving out $50 care package vouchers, which are usually grocery vouchers to international students for the Are You OK Day.
Hi guys, my name is Malaika. I was born in south of India in Kerala, and I moved to Australia nearly 5 to 6 years ago. The current course that I'm studying is Bachelor of Commerce and Law, which I also started nearly 4 to 5 years ago. And the reason why I chose VU was because it was one of the universities which was really accommodating. They really consider the kind of skills and abilities you are bringing on to the table as a student, and they try to sort of push you up in a way, because it's, in a way, a lot of the universities can be really competitive, but VU takes into consideration that people come from different backgrounds, and it's important to identify that when taking students on. Looking back at myself in first year, one thing I wish I had done was join clubs at that time itself. I remember my first year sort of went past without even realizing, because I was so obsessed with just focusing on doing my units and getting good grades at the time. But I think the first year and the second year is the best time for you to put yourself out there, socialize, network, start a club if you want to. I feel like the university makes it really easy for you to take part in such activities. So that's definitely my biggest takeaway. And also in the first year and second year, that's when you have the most amount of time for yourself as well, to figure yourself out and find hobbies and interests and like-minded people who would want to be collaborating with you on such club activities. VU Indian Club is essentially a social club that we created to cater for Indian students, especially Indian international students, since it's a large part of our target demographic. And the whole concept behind it was to create home away from home, because we were just a bunch of students who were feeling really homesick, and we didn't really know where to go to have that outlet where we get to celebrate Indian festivals and participate in those Indian traditions, which aren't that easily accessible to us here, or it's not something that we can coordinate amongst ourselves the way we did back home. So essentially the club was created to have that platform to celebrate such festivals and traditions, and also to bring together students from a similar culture, so that they have the opportunity to socialize and become friends and get to know each other. Because again, that was one of the biggest takeaways that we had from our personal experiences. It was a bit hard to get to know people. When you're new to the country, you feel insecure about a lot of things. So when you have a group of people who are like you put together, all of a sudden you realize that they're all having the same experience as you. So yeah, it was just a fun little club that we wanted to have for Indian students to come together and have a good time and also make good friends.
Namaste everyone. Happy Cultural Diversity Week at Victoria University. I'm Jaya from Sapphire Dance and Studio J, and I've put together a collection of some of my favorite Bollywood performances by our dance troupe. I hope you enjoy.
पे तेरी मलू गुलाल रंग बता ब्लू या लाल एयर में तेरे उड़ते बाल आजा रंग दूध दोनों गाल अरे सारा रा रा कबीरा सारा रा रा रामा रामा गजब हो गया तरसे नजरिया लड़ गई आई जवानी जुल्म हुई कवा किस आफत में पड़ गई हाय मैं मर गई सूली पे चढ़ गई नो 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 कहना था लेकिन हाँ कर गई दिल तुझको सेंड में तो कर गई रे मैं बदरी
Hi, my name is Toolsika Rawoah, and I'm an international student from Mauritius. I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Criminal Justice and Psychological Studies, and I'm in my third and final year. Today, I'll be representing the VU Afro Society as I'm the president there. The VU Afro Society is a community of students dedicated to bringing the beautiful and unique culture of Africa to Victoria University and beyond. We aim to showcase the diversity of our African cultural heritage while creating a vibrant and supportive environment for African Australians and international students. Our goal is to bring a little Africa to Victoria University, and we welcome everyone who has an interest in our culture, regardless of your nationality. I chose Victoria University as my study destination because, first of all, I always wanted to come to Australia and discover all the cultures that are embedded in it. Second of all, I really was attracted with the VUPA model. And third of all, I heard so many good feedback about Victoria University through my friends and families about how welcoming and how you can actually develop yourself personally and professionally.
Hi, I'm Ruwangi Fernando. I'm an international student from Sri Lanka, and I am the current president for Victoria University Postgraduate Association. I am a PhD student. I'm almost done with my PhD, hopefully graduating this year in December. Simply, Victoria University Postgraduate Association, or VUPA, is by postgraduate for postgraduates. So we are a group representing all postgraduate students, starting from postgraduate certificates to diplomas to masters by coursework, masters by research, PhDs in all sort of different navigation industry PhDs and whatnot. So And then we are a group of representative of them, and we are trying to support our community of postgraduates. We do understand them because we are one of them. And therefore, our mission in terms of is to support them throughout all of these aspects. So we cover advocacy for them, we cover policy, regulation, work with university very closely with the executives in different areas, to mental health, to governance, to different colleges of their support and academics, to everything in the very best way that we can to support our cohorts. It was very difficult, and each of us was in a very difficult place with the lockdown, and we understood the needs, and therefore we driven two care package promotions. We said that, during the lockdown, because lockdown care packages, that's how we named during the 4th and the 6th lockdown time periods, we asked them to kind of sign in, and then we gave them vouchers to be used in multiple stores around Australia, so that they can, sustain them in terms of any sort of food or any items that they need. Plus, most of our events, we give away vouchers, so from Coles or whatnot, so in terms of them to support financially. So that's one of the ways we felt like that is what is needed to be done, and then we supported that. And then even small gifts, because it's not just always money. Receiving a gift will that's another level of happiness, receiving something from the post. So we make sure that we do that as well. And then we partnered with some local organizations which had lovely missions behind to support either nature or Aboriginal communities and things like that. And we use some of those packages and send it to our members as well. So we had a lot of good feedback.
Hi everyone, my name is Resuree Wijesundera, and I'm currently in my 3rd year of study of a Bachelor of Biomedical and Exercise Science, and I'm from Sri Lanka originally. So as a student, I am the Director of Communication and Public Relations for the Victoria University International Student Association. So the goal of ISA is International Student Welfare and Wellbeing. So most of the events we organize revolves around that. Things that get international students in the community. So Are You OK Day, giveaways, multicultural night, International Women's Day panel. Those are like things that give our international students information about what's happening in Melbourne or in Australia, while we support them because they're away from home, so they need financial aid, a support system of friends to look back to, and that sense of community we try to create that through our events. LEAD program is a learning hub initiative which helps you develop your leadership skills, workplace skills, and boost your employability. So as an international student, I think it's a good program to get involved because you get hands-on experience with industries
that you're interested in, and you develop your networking skills through programs such as your Student International Student Conference and the V4U Day. So personally, I got involved in the lead program with the student conference, and it was an amazing opportunity for me to meet new people and listen to these inspiring speakers talk about their journey in Australia and their leadership journey in Australia, and how they got to where they are in their careers and in life. So I would recommend you to get involved, because you get an opportunity to network, and you get an opportunity to develop your leadership skills and your career opportunities.
Hi, my name is Dedy Kurniawan. I'm from Indonesia. Currently, I'm studying Master of Applied Information Technology. Google Developer Student Club Victoria University, or GDSCVU for short, is a club which is associated with Google developers to help students bridge the gap between theory and practice. We get students ready to participate in the Google Annual Solution Challenge by providing workshops, hackathons, or in-person training about Google technologies such as Android, machine learning, cloud, web, and many more. We also conduct non-technical events, namely fun event, brainstorming session, cracking interviews, and help landing your dream job and others. By joining our club, students get the opportunity to connect with other students who share similar interests, either from same uni or different uni. Our program allows students to learn new skills and apply new learnings to build solutions for local problems. Like we did in Solution Challenge 2021, we aim to solve 2 of the goals listed in the United Sustainable Development Goals, and we became top 50 semi-finalists. That achievement really motivated us, and it made our day. So we are keen to bring more students to that challenge and build more solutions for better communities.